There's one success principle that connects to every area of your life. It affects whether your marriage is successful, your finances are successful, your fitness. Everything is geared around this one principle. Hey guys, I'm Mac Mayer. So glad to connect with you today. So many people I run into, they're frustrated that their life is not breaking through to new areas. Today, I'm going to help you with that. It's amazing to think about, but can you believe that there's one success principle that connects to every area of your life? It affects whether your marriage is successful, your finances are successful, your relationships with other people, your fitness. Everything is geared around this one principle. That's what we're going to talk about today. This principle has changed my life, and I believe in a powerful way, it's going to help you to move forward and to succeed in more areas. Now, the principle is called the Peter Principle. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, that must have to do with Peter, the disciple. Wrong-o, buckwheat. That is not it. Good guess. Okay, I get that correlation, but actually it's not. It's an individual. His name is Lawrence J. Peters, business guy. And in 1969, he drafted this concept of the Peter Principle. What this principle basically says is that we succeed in life to the level of our incompetence. And I know that's kind of a weird saying. What does that mean? We succeed to our level of incompetence. Think of it this way, that there's a lot of us, we don't know things that would probably help our marriage, help our fitness, help our business, but we don't have the understanding of what that is, let alone how to apply it. Maybe you've seen a salesman, and he's been the top salesman in the company. He's sold like amazing, but they elevate him to a sales manager. Now, when they elevated him to a sales manager, then he falters, he fails. He's not near as productive. Why? The Peter Principle kicked in. See, the way that I could think about this, there's a concept with planes, and it's called hitting a stall. So think of this as a plane. Use your imagination. Back in grade school, I made one of these. Maybe you did too. And what happens is that plane will go up, but if there's not enough thrust in that plane, it hits what's called a stall, and that means it literally quakes and just falls back to the earth. Why? Because it's incompetent. It doesn't have the thrust to move to a higher level. See, that same picture is what happens to us. So we've got to have a higher competency level in order to succeed in those areas. Now, maybe you say, Mac, I am competent in that area, but I know what to do, but I just don't do it. I wonder if that could relate to our competency also. That maybe we don't have the competency of follow through. We don't have the competency of creating good habits, of succeeding in that area. So when we get this, we understand this principle and apply it, amazing things will happen. Because now your plane, your career is going to go to new heights. So here's a couple things. Here's a couple elements that come into play on this Peter Principle. Is two answers for you. Is one, we have to raise our competency level as an individual. So when I first learned about this principle, and I did something really dumb in school, a lot of things really dumb in school, but one of them I thought, when I get out of school, I'll never read another book. Oh man, that was crazy. Because what was I doing? I was limiting myself to get the knowledge and wisdom of other successful people so I could never succeed in life. So the one thing I had to do is I started to think, okay, Mac, with this Peter Principle, if you're going to succeed in business, you're going to succeed in life, you're going to have to get more information. You're going to have to educate yourself. And so really I started reading, and there's a saying that leaders are readers. And over again, we see Fortune 500 company leaders, CEOs, that are reading, studying, going to seminars. They're educating themselves all the time. Why? That's how they're succeeding to new levels and new heights. So I just really encourage you, think about those areas that you're lacking in, that you haven't broke through to those new levels. Maybe once again in your marriage, maybe it's your relationship with your kids, maybe it's the fitness. How are we going to educate ourselves? Are there books we could read? Now, really, I know that you guys are already working on this. Why? Because you subscribe to this podcast, because you're listening. And that's part of your education process to grow new heights. So really, I commend you. Maybe it's the people that aren't listening to you. Have mercy on them. Send this video to them. Have them subscribe. Have them share. Comment on it. But share this information. And once again, it'll help people, other people, to grow and expand also. So think about those areas, whether it's books, whether it's podcasts, whatever you need to do to educate in those areas you want to grow in. I think it'll be very beneficial to you. Now, step number 2 also, this is even more powerful because we've got gifts and traits and abilities, but there's some areas we're just not gifted at. Maybe that's accounting, maybe that's marketing, maybe there's other areas that you need to know about for your business to grow. Well, here's the great thing about the Peter Principle. It's not based on just our competency level. It's based on the competency of our team, of this group of people that we're bringing together. So really, if you want to grow your competency level, I'd really encourage you, start recruiting very competent people in the areas that you don't understand, that you don't have all the knowledge on. Instead of trying to educate yourself in every single area, get a great group of people around you. Create a vision with them, and together you can accomplish more. Now, some of that might be coaching, where you're getting a coach or you're being around other people, but there's always answers for you to succeed. Other people have succeeded, and if you study their stories, many of them aren't that amazing, but they surrounded themselves with great people, or they're educated themselves to hit new levels of success. So think about what those areas are. What's important to you? Once again, maybe that's your marriage. Maybe that's your business. Maybe that's your finances. What are those steps going to be? How are you going to educate yourself? And then how are you going to build a team of people around you? And I think when you do, that education will come together in a meaningful way. Now, you're still going to run into areas, maybe it's going to be a roadblock where you go, oh, I don't have the answer for X. Well, guess what? Somebody does have that answer. There is an answer out there. And that part of our abilities is out recruiting those ideas, going after those ideas. And when you do, and you're problem solving that, it can be very, very powerful. I believe this is going to take you on to new levels, new heights of success in all areas of your life. And once again, if this has been meaningful for you, then I just really recommend you share this. Maybe comment on it, on how this has impacted your life. I'd love to hear about that and how this is taking you on to new levels. So together, I believe that's going to help you have that fulfillment in your life because you're accomplishing more, you're utilizing more of the gifts of God on your life, and you're impacting people in an amazing way. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I'll look forward to chatting more.